What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, and I wanted to talk real quick about UFC 310, the last pay-per-view, UFC pay-per-view of 2024. It wasn't such a bad pay-per-view. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed the co-main event more so than the main event. It was Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Garry. I believe that's his name. And Ian Machado, I was very impressed the way he performed. These two guys were two undefeated contenders going at it at UFC 310 in the co-main event. It was a 5 rounder, and Shavkat is a welterweight that a lot of he's a finisher, he's a killer, he's a savage. That guy, a big fan. And before this fight, he was basically the boogeyman. A lot of people did not want to fight him. I really believe that. It really looked like Bilal, the current champion, didn't want to face this guy. According, there was an injury, and I think that Shavkat had already gotten his title fight against Bilal, but Bilal got hurt, something along those lines. So Ian Garry steps up, very short notice. He was not expecting to fight Shavkat. According to the backstory, these two had faced each other before. No, not faced each other. They trained before. They trained together before. So there was some noise around that fact that they both knew each other pretty well, and they had trained together. So they were very familiar with each other as opponents goes, and but yeah, it was a great fight, very a fight of attrition, to be honest. I was very impressed with Ian. I remember him fighting MVP, and I wasn't impressed with that fight. I had thought that MVP won that fight, to be honest. But Ian surprised me in the fact that he is he's young. I believe he's 27, and he's very mentally strong. Never during the build-up did he show any type of fear, any type of nerve against Shavkat, and it showed. Come fight night, these two went at it, and Shavkat immediately tried, to take down Ian, and Ian just he did a masterful job of stifling those takedowns, of not letting Shavkat take him down. And it was grinding. It was these two were against the fence in a very very grinding type of clinch, doing the underhooks, and just trying to one guy trying to take the other guy down, and the other guy just not letting it happen. That takes a lot of skills, that takes a lot of cardio, and that takes a lot of gas. And Ian was masterful. Another thing that he did pretty good was he was attacking those legs with leg kicks, attacking Shavkat's left leg, and he was hurting him. He was hurting him. To me, at least to me, Shavkat looked visibly hurt. That leg was bothering him, and Ian's corner let him know about it. And it was it was a very tactical fight. Ian Garry wanted to keep it standing. He wanted to keep it at a distance because that's what he does well. He has good footwork, and he has pretty decent boxing, striking, kicks, and he's fast, he's quick. Shavkat looked faster at the beginning. He actually landed some pretty good shots, good punches, good strikes against on the face, some nice round kicks. It was just two martial artists going at it, and back and forth, and Ian made Shavkat look human. Shavkat was no longer the boogeyman tonight, in my opinion. He really looked very human. He looked beatable. But he is the savage that he is. He's unbeaten for a reason. Both were unbeaten, and one of them zeros had to go. Ian zero went in this case. He lost the fight, but it's one of those things where a guy impresses in defeat. A fighter impresses in defeat, and like the commentator said, Ian is young. He he will come back, I believe, and next time he faces Shavkat, maybe Shavkat will be the champion. You never know, and Ian will have a complete, a full training camp for the guy, and I do believe he could very well beat him. Next time. It was a close fight. At the end of the day, Shavkat proved to be the more resilient guy. Both fighters have a very high IQ. Both fighters are very disciplined in what they do. They're good listeners too. They listen to their corners, and it was just one of those things. Very competitive fight. I really enjoyed it. 5 rounds, and I read some comments that it was boring, this and that. Man, that fight was not boring at all. If you're into MMA, if you're into wrestling and the grappling aspects, and the little the little technical aspects, the tactics, kicks and punches, and just it wasn't just a thing of pointing each other. It came down to that, and that's impressive because Shavkat is the guy that finishes people, and the guy that makes his opponents look like they've been run over by a truck. And he couldn't do that against Ian. Ian just, he was resilient himself, and it was just an amazing fight. I really enjoyed it. I think Ian will come back stronger. Eventually his zero was gonna go. I believe, it's even better when their zeros go, their undefeated status, because it lets them, a lot of fighters have to live up to keeping that zero around. And that pressure's gone. He has a loss, but he has a loss. He's in good company. He has a loss against a killer, against a guy that is next for a title fight. So the welterweight division is very interesting right now. Shavkat had a face-off with current champion Belal. I'm not a big fan of Belal, to be honest. And I think we all know what he's gonna do. He's gonna grapple. He's a grapple heavy kind of fighter. So that's what he's gonna do. But Shavkat's he's no pigeon in the grappling department. It should be interesting. But this was a great fight. Loved it. And let me know what you guys think. And give me likes, dislikes, subscribe to my channel, please, if you like my content. Peace. Thank you.